I'm currently located at one of the largest gas station convenience stores in the whole world, Buc-ees. And for the next 24 hours, I'm living off some of the most popular items this place has to offer. And I'm taking you with me, so let's get started. So as soon as I arrived, there were already several unanswered questions in my head. Number 1, why is it called Buc-ees? Number 2, why is there a need for so many petrol pumps? And number 3, why is this convenience store bigger than most supermarkets back home in the UK? But regardless of all this confusion, I was a very excited man. This place was absolutely massive, and I've never seen anything like this in my life. So enough with the talking, and let's try and scout for some food. There were so many food items available, and I was kind of overwhelmed by the amount of options there were. It was kind of like being a kid in a toy store, or like a fat man at McDonald's. The first item I decided to pick up was a sausage on a stick. I saw a lot of people on YouTube review this item, so I decided to try it for myself. But I don't really get what's so special about it because it's just a sausage with a tortilla wrapped around it. So next up we had some more meat. So they had so much beef jerky available, so I decided to go for the Korean barbecue flavor. And then made my way over to the bakery section and grabbed a couple of items from there as well.
Can I get a sausage and cheese kolache, please? That's everything, thank you.
After grabbing a few other mystery items, I decided to go outside and try it out for myself so we can rate it on a scale of 1 to 10. So just by looking at the sausage, you can tell the employees, they really care about wrapping up and protecting this sausage from any diseases, because it took me about 3 minutes to fully open up. Visually, it looks like a sausage on a stick. I'll give it a 2 out of 10 for creativity because it looks like it was assembled by a child. Time for the taste test. So the sausage was quite flavorful, but the meat was very overpowering because of the high meat to carb ratio, and it could have used some sort of sauce or extra carbohydrates to mellow out the saltiness of the meat. And the tortilla didn't really pair well with the sausage either. It was kind of like an unhappily married couple. So overall it gets a 3 out of 10. Next up was the sausage and cheese kolache, and already I'm liking the look of this one a lot better. Although this was a little guy compared to the sausage on a stick, here on this channel, we're not going to judge someone based on their size. It's about what's on the inside that matters. Okay, so let's take a bite and evaluate his personality. This bun was soft and fluffy, and it paired very well with the sausage and synthetic cheese. The plastic cheese, it gave it a nice creamy texture to the whole kolache, balancing out the meaty taste of the micro sausage. The sausage was a lot less overpowering than the previous one and had a gentle touch, and all the flavors worked very well with each other like a happy, content family. It was so good that this bird decided to spectate me while I was feasting on that meat, so it gets a 7 out of 10. Okay, so now we have this beautiful looking thing. It was a pecan pie bar, and taste wise it had the gooiness of a candy bar, and it had a really nice crunchy texture and a warm flavor of the toasted nuts. And as you progress 66% into your bite, you're greeted with a buttery shortbread-like crust, and it was a very dense piece of art. Just look at how compressed it looks. This gets a 9.2 out of 10. The beaver nuggets was savory, crunchy, sweet, with a caramel or kind of like a honey aftertaste. It kind of tasted like Golden Nuggets, the cereal, or an even crunchier toffee popcorn. 3 bites in and I became spiritually enlightened as to why America has an obesity problem. Like, I'm not really enjoying it, but why does my body keep asking for more? 6 out of 10. Okay, why are there 2 birds spectating me now? Should I be worried? For the beef jerky, I got Korean barbecue flavor, and it was very chewy. It was sweet and salty, but it was very underwhelming in flavor and texture, so overall it gets a 4 out of 10. Okay guys, I don't want to scare you, but we have a problem. An additional bird has decided to spawn out of nowhere into my vicinity, and now there are 3 birds plotting against me right now. See, I can fight off 2, but 3 birds? That's just 1 too many. I'm just going to give them back their terrain and run back inside so Uncle Bucky can protect me. Accumulations of items, round 2. It was now time for some more food. This was going to be my last meal. I decided to get a 3 meat sandwich, some crisps, and a drink. I couldn't really tell if this machine was free refills or not, but I decided to fill up some Arizona green tea. My friend decided to join me this round of eating, so we headed into the car and started feasting. First up was some sugar-coated pecans. It was warm, nutty, sweet, very sweet. Actually, it was way too sweet. It was sickeningly sweet. This had enough sugar to kill a baby lamb. 7 out of 10 for taste, but it goes down the more you eat it. So after about 8 bites, it ended up being a 4 out of 10. So next up we have potato crisps or chips, however you want to call it. So it wasn't too salty, it was nice and crispy, it was very crunchy and freshly made. I loved it. It was an 8 out of 10 for me. It was simple and tasty. So now time for the big boy sandwich. So this is what I imagine a typical American breakfast to look like. This was an absolute grizzly bear of a sandwich. It was made of brisket, turkey, sausage. The brisket was seasoned very well, and every bite was a Beautiful concoction of flavors, and it had a very sweet barbecue flavor. The turkey was juicy and tender, and the sausage paired very well with the rest of the meat. And all the meat offered different flavors and textures, and the turkey mellowed out the overpowering taste of the barbecue brisket, so the whole sandwich just came together very well. I'll give it a 9 out of 10. There was a lot going on, and I loved it.
I like it. This is nice. Is yours nice?
What's this called? Arizona what?
Arizona green tea.
Arizona green tea. That's the shit, dog. My favorite items were the grizzly bear sandwich that I ate at the end and the pecan bar pie. And the worst one was the sausage on a stick, and I hope you guys never have the misfortune of having to try that. Buc-ees gets an overall rating of 8.5 out of 10.